Welcome to the Olive Oil Divine Podcast, your go-to source for culinary inspiration. Join Greg and Shirley Mueller, owners of Olive Oil Divine, as they share tips, stories, and insights to make you a kitchen hero. From authentic extra virgin olive oils to rich aged Italian balsamic vinegars, we've got everything you need to elevate your cooking. Live divine.
If you've ever been told you can't cook with olive oil, it's time to set the record straight. And balsamic vinegar, it's not just for salads. Greg and Shirley Mueller of Olive Oil Divine are here to bust some myths and show us how to turn up the heat, literally, on these kitchen staples. Welcome back, everyone. Skip Monty, co-host / producer, back in the studio with Greg Mueller. Greg, how's it going?
Hey, Skip. Hey, I'm doing great. It's a great day to be alive.
All right. Same here. So let's get straight to the meat of it here. Greg, can you cook with olive oil?
Oh boy, can you? I tell you what, that's a misconception that people think that you can't cook with it, but you can. It's not just for salads and bread dipping for sure, because you can cook with it overheat. You just don't want to burn it too much because when you do cook with it, it kills the polyphenols. So we don't want to be killing that unless you just want it for the flavor. But absolutely, you can cook with it. And I can give you all kinds of examples if you'd like.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, one of my favorites is one of the steaks that Paula Dean and I did down in her kitchen in Savannah. She absolutely loved it, the bourbon steak, and we used some olive oil, or Sevillano to be exact, in a cast iron skillet. We fried some beautiful juicy steaks up and then sauteed them in our bourbon balsamic, and that balsamic just caramelized a little bit, and the flavor of that oil and vinegar just came through. It was beautiful. So yeah, you can cook with it. Just don't burn it. You'll know. If you got on too much heat, it'll definitely smell and smoke and set your smoke alarms off. But don't be afraid to use it. It's got a smoke point of a little over 400. So you can cook on it medium high for short times, or low for longer if you want to saute or something like that.
What are the best types of olive oil for high heat cooking versus finishing dishes?
There's really not a best olive oil. I mean, the smoke point for all olive oils, if they're really extra virgin, is going to be the same. The only difference really is you don't want to use a medicinal oil, for example, that doesn't have any flavoring in it. It's just its own natural flavor, because the heat that you're going to be using is going to cook off the polyphenols, which gives you the health benefits. So you would basically be burning your money up if you buy an expensive medicinal oil. But all of our other flavored oils and mono varietal oils, they're all great for cooking for sure. No worries at all. I use the Chipotle a lot. I'll fry my eggs in it, pour it over my baked potatoes. So don't be afraid. In fact, we do a 500-degree oven baked potato where we'll take our olive oil and coat the outside of the potato, put it in the oven for 500 degrees for an hour, and boy, it comes out beautiful.
Oh, wow. Are some specific olive oils, and you mentioned a few, like the bourbon sounds very interesting, actually, but that pair best with different types of cuisine?
Yeah, well, the bourbon is a balsamic, so we don't have a bourbon oil, I don't think, at least not yet. I've not had a groove make that yet. But, well, for example, our Italian herbs are number one selling olive oil, and it can be used for salad dressings. A lot of people use it for bread dipping. I like to use it for frying up a chicken or any kind of a fish. You can certainly put it over a roast or a turkey. My wife Shirley does it with the turkeys in those little bags, and that holds the flavor in. And gosh, you can really taste the flavor of that Italian herb olive oil that she puts in there. I mentioned Chipotle. Oh, yeah, you should. I'll have you over for Thanksgiving sometime, and we'll show you how to use olive oil and balsamic in the kitchen for sure. But yeah, don't be afraid to try anything. There's no wrong way to cook with olive oil for sure. Be adventurous. And of course, we have guides in our store that we can help you with, or you can go online and search our website. Just type in any flavor olive oil or any flavor food. And if there's an oil associated with it, it'll pop up in the search results and give you all kinds of ideas.
Very good to know. Very good to know. Well, what about balsamic vinegar? Can you cook with vinegar?
Absolutely. Like I mentioned, we used that bourbon on a steak with Paula, but Shirley, she loves to finish her steaks with our cask 25 or 25-year aged traditional balsamic. She won't eat one without me finishing it. And for example, what I do is I'll cook the steak to the doneness that she likes, and then the last minute it's in the pan, I'll drizzle some on each side, flip it over in just a minute or so it caramelizes the sugars in that balsamic, and
Well,
that just makes a nice finishing, flavor on that steak, and you don't lose the juices inside either.
definitely have to try that. That you got my mouth watering here.
I
So,
recommend it.
oh, nice, very nice. Well, be honest. Has either of you ever tried to drink balsamic straight from the bottle like a fine wine? Okay.
Well, how else are we supposed to taste it, Skip? Yeah. I don't drink balsamic from the bottle as much as you would think I do. If I want to taste a new flavor that we're sampling, yeah, by all means, it's my own personal bottle. But now olive oil, I do have an oil called Zoe, which is a medicinal oil. It's a super high polyphenol oil of 1,870 that I bring my own bottle home, and I've been taking two to three tablespoons every day for health reasons. And after a while, I kind of learned what 3 tablespoons in my mouth felt like, so I've just started drinking it straight from the bottle. I know about how much is 3 tablespoons, and it's when I'm food, and you gotta go and get to work in a hurry. That's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it. Drink straight from the bottle.
You gotta make
Uh,
sure it's your own bottle.
It's your own bottle. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the polyphenols. Is there a level of polyphenols that you should look for in every olive oil, or is it specific to just health properties?
Well, that level changes every year with the new crops. For example, on average, our flavored oils, they range anywhere from the low 200s all the way up to 900 for a flavored oil. So there's not really a target to shoot for. But obviously, if you're cooking with olive oil or switching to it, then you want to make sure you have a high polyphenol oil if you're looking for the medicinal and the health properties of it. And I know we'll get into the health properties of it perhaps in another podcast, but there's really no target number. The polyphenols in olive oil change from year to year. So I guess if I had to put an average would be around 300 or 400, at least in our shop. I don't know what the other shops would be, but that's a good average. Of course, we have some pretty high polyphenol oils, so our average may be a little higher than the average store.
Now, I know you guys measure the polyphenols in your olive oils. Is that something to look for if you're in a grocery store and you're looking for something to cook with?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of those oils in the grocery store, they don't put the polyphenol count on the bottles. We don't either, but we do have it available on our website and it's in our store. Those are actually sent off. All those oils that we offer are sent to a lab, and they're lab certified, and we have the certification that proves what the measurement was. Absolutely, you want to look at what you're buying if you can. Unfortunately, in the grocery stores, they don't do that, and there's no way to do it unless you buy from us. You can always take that oil and find it online, and it'll tell you the current polyphenol, press date, acidity, and some other information.
Very good to know. Very good to know. I will be watching for that. Well, Greg, appreciate your time today, and we'll look forward to talking more about the health benefits in the next episode.
All right, I look forward to it. You're very welcome, Skip.
All right. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for tuning in to the Olive Oil Divine podcast. Don't forget to visit us online at oliveoildivine.com for our exceptional olive oils, aged balsamic vinegars, and more. If you're local, stop by our store and discover how we can make you a kitchen hero. Until next time, live divine.